Hello everyone, welcome to this short yoga sequence on hip mobility. For the next few minutes, we'll be spending time on some gentle movements to really open up those hips and release any tension that might have been built up in your hip area. Okay, with that, let's dive straight into it. We'll start by lying down on our mats in the supine position. Bend your knees. Firmly ground your feet on the ground and place your hands beside your body and just take a couple of deep breaths here. And get a sense of how your body feels today. We'll start by spreading our feet apart towards the edge of our mat. You can place your hands on your abdomen. Take a long, deep inhalation. And as you exhale, gently drop both your knees to the right side as much as possible. You may be able to touch your knees to the ground. You may not be able to, and that's fine. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, drop your knees to the left side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, drop to the right. We'll just do a couple more rounds here. This is your windshield wipers pose, which is very good to warm up those hips. Notice that one side of your hip is internally rotating and the other side, the other hip, is rotating externally. Last one. And relax. Straighten out your legs. For the next one, we're going to bend our right knee and lift your right leg. Use your hands to see if you can bring your right knee close to your chest. And as you inhale, you're going to lift your left leg up. Keep those knees straight. And see if you can make big circles with your left leg in one direction. Continue breathing. Really feel those hips at work here. You can reverse the direction now. Practice with awareness. Gently lower your left leg, lower your right leg, straighten out your knee. Now onto the other side. Bend your left knee. And as you inhale, gently lift your right leg up, knees straight, and start making big circles with your right leg this time. Feel the right side of your hip being opened up and getting that space to breathe. Reverse the direction. And release and relax. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Observe the changes in your body. Observe the hip region, the glute muscles. You might feel a sense of the muscles being warmed up here. Your thighs as well. Whenever you're ready, turn over to one side, come back up onto a seated position. We'll quickly switch over to the next one. Let's come on to the tabletop position. Your palms are right below your shoulders and your knees are right below your hips. Spine is neutral. Take a couple of breaths here to really feel the different sensations in your body in this position. Now we'll start by taking your right leg, placing your right feet in between your palms. Now as you first inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to slowly start straightening out your right knee and walking both your hands towards your left knee. Feel free to extend your right knee forward such that your left leg is at a 90-degree angle. Flex your right toe towards you and feel the stretch in your hamstrings here. You can remain here for a few breaths, or if you feel comfortable, you can slowly bend your head towards your knee, only as much as you can. This is your half splits or Ardha Hanumanasana. Release. Come back to your tabletop position and we'll switch sides. Bring your left leg between your palms. And as you inhale, slowly start walking your hands behind and start straightening out your left knee. You can scoot your left heel forward a little bit and make sure your right leg is at a 90-degree angle. Flex your left toe up towards you. Stay in this position for a few breaths. Or if you feel comfortable, slowly lower your head towards your knees. A few breaths here. This practice really flexes your hips and rotates your hips towards your body. And release. Come back to your tabletop position. Now we'll do some low lunges here. Again, bring your right foot forward between your hands. Now, take your left leg back as much as possible. And release your hands from your mat. Place them on your knees and bend forward and bring your hips down. This is your low lunge, also called A few breaths here. This helps with your hips rotating away from your body or hip extension. And release. Come back to tabletop. Switch to the other side. Bring your left leg between your palms. Extend your right leg behind as much as possible. Untuck your toes. And whenever you're ready, lift your hands up and place them on your knees. Bring your hips down as much as possible. And breathe. Stay here and breathe here. Feel your thigh muscles also burning. And release. Relax in child's pose for a couple of moments. Couple of deep breaths here, observing the changes in your body, especially the area around your hips. And whenever you're ready, we'll move on to the next one. We'll start with downward dog here. So lift your hips up towards the ceiling, dropping your heels to the ground if possible. Now, as you inhale, lift your right leg up. And as you exhale, bend that right knee. Bring your body forward and place your right knee between your hands into the Kapotasana or the pigeon pose. You can untuck your left toe. Drop those hips to the ground as much as possible, but make sure that you're not toppling over on one side. If you feel you want some kind of a support on the right side, feel free to place a block or a blanket. But always make sure that your hips are level. Stretch your upper torso up, open that chest up and breathe. You may not be able to drop your hips completely to the ground, so it's okay to have your hips down as only as much as you're comfortable. Release. Come back to downward dog again. And we'll move on to the other side. Lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee. Push forward. Bring your left knee between your hands. Drop your hips to the ground. Untuck your right toe. And stretch your upper body up. And stay here and breathe here. This is a great practice to rotate your hips towards the midline of your body, also called hip adduction. Notice that these are different practices to rotate your hips in different directions with respect to your thigh bone. Really opening up those hips, allowing them to breathe. And release. You can slowly come back onto a seated position, into maybe a cross-leg position. The last one, we are going to open up our legs, bring our feet close to our perineum such that your feet are touching each other. Make sure that your back is straight. Place your hands on your feet and take a long deep inhalation first and expand that spine upward. And as you exhale, try to drop your knees to the ground as much as possible. Your knees may not be able to touch the ground today, and that's absolutely fine. But it's always good to have a downward resistance on your knees during this pose. This is Baddha Konasana, or the rounded bounded angle pose. Excuse me. Take a couple of deep breaths here and really feeling those hips opening up away from your body, or hip extension. Or rather hip abduction, excuse me. Couple of breaths. And relax. Spread your legs out. Take the support of your hands and simply relax in this seated relaxed posture, or Shitila Dandasana. And just observe the changes in your body with this short sequence of hip openers. Thank you, everyone. I hope this was a useful yoga sequence to really open up your hips and release the tightness in that area.